Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have my cozy autumn Notion template that I have been working on these past few days, and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I've got my subjects at the top, so this is a personal curriculum planner. It's based off what I have been working on lately in my personal curriculum, which has been shown in my previous videos as well. So I've got my subjects and my activities and my interconnected databases in Notion. And here I'm showing you the pages that I've got and the setup. That's my little footer kind of situation there. And I've got my illustration. So this is what I've been working with in my subject of design and illustrations. I've been making like doodle illustrations, and it's kind of all coming together in Notion, which is pretty cool. I didn't think that Notion would be like a little gallery for my artworks and my art and expressing it in that way, but it feels like it is becoming that. And so I feel like my Notion personal curriculum, with my design and illustration subjects, my video making subjects, and learning Notion are kind of all merging together. And I'm learning so many things at the same time, and I'm enjoying it so much too. So here we are in my the front page, home page. I've already inserted the header and the images that I want to use, so I don't need to keep uploading each one individually. I've got my illustrations. Now I'm working on the title, and just putting a little bit of stars there to make it a little bit more aesthetic. And I've got two breadsticks as my icon, and I've got a Polaroid illustration that I've made there, and like an autumny vibe with leaves. I've got a soft breeze like bulletin board with some Polaroid images. I've got my Polaroid camera illustration, I've got some cushions there as well, cozy cushions, and a comfy meter. So it's like all about fall, autumn, being cozy and comfy. And now I'm just laying things out, seeing how I feel, like, trying things out, where they fit right and how they look. I'm cropping as well to see with like how I can work with the sizing. I'm glad that you can crop in Notion, because that's such a handy feature. So those little sprinkles are kind of like sprinkles of autumn gravel, or like autumn from the autumn terrain, so that's the vibe I wanted to give as well, with those little sprinkles, like an autumny terrain feel from the outdoors, that soft breeze of the autumn that's blowing the leaves and a little bit of soil. And with my databases, these are the databases I've been using in my previous setups. So I've got my subjects, and I've gone ahead and changed the icons all to orange. Now here, what I decided to do, well, I was about to change the whole setup that I was planning. Because of this, I realized I could stack the database gallery in this way, where it was like cards underneath an image, like underneath the illustration. So I could use the illustration as kind of like a header, like a title for the subjects underneath, and I absolutely loved it, especially with the colors and just the way it looked. I was honestly like just about to change everything at this point, because of how aesthetic it was looking. So here I am playing around with that and seeing how everything looks. And I actually might use this layout in another, if I make another, hopefully that's what I'm planning to do, experiment with Notion and see other aesthetic setups that I can do. So I really want to try this stack. I absolutely love it, especially with the colors, the illustrations that I've drawn, and yeah. So this was on my list to make. Another thing that was on my activities list for design and illustration was to make autumny doodles, like Polaroid themed ones as well. And that turned out, like, I love how they turned out. So much inspiration, like, yeah. And here I am just playing with the different sizing and seeing what works. And I'm going to go ahead and make a little divider for the top section so that I have a little bit of, spacing between the header title and everything underneath. I also am so happy with the way the header turned out with that curved design. I feel like it gives a little bit of uniqueness and sparkle as well with the stars. So there's the divider there. And now I'm going to go ahead and add a table layout for the gallery. So the same table, I'm going to have that same table for the subjects. I'm going to have a table format of the gallery underneath. And that's going to be, the overview, the front of the home page when like first logging in. And just like now I'm tweaking things and seeing how I go with sizing and how everything works out with each other, and adding like pieces of gravel here and there, like those sparkles, those specks. I love how they turned out, just scattered around the page. And then I had my comfy meter below the cushions, the comfy cushions, just to have like that little bit of, variation. Now I've got my monthly view activities, which I'm going to move down after I link to view the gallery table underneath. So you can see how it's all coming together, just like the vibe, autumny vibe, with things like I've changed the icons to orange. And there we go. We have our little table there, changing the title for that. And now it's becoming all cohesive because you've got the gallery view, and it's kind of like I made it in a way where it's like gradient kind of, and I uploaded the headers for each gallery page as well beforehand, so I don't have to keep uploading that. And they were like little hearts, I felt like little sprinkles, that made it look nice. And now I'm adding more dividers to kind of break things more apart more, give the eyes a little bit more rest. So I went ahead and inserted that in, and I love the way it turned out. It turned out amazing. I feel like this is a template that you're going to be able to try. So I'm going to make this in a way where you're going to be able to customize it to your liking. I've got here my pages, my icons, which I've customized to the autumn theme, and my tags. I'm moving those around a little bit just to see what works best. And I've got my mode at the front, theory, practical, and so there we are in Learn How to Make a Habit Tracker in Notion, which is why I've disappeared for a few days, just sinking my head in databases and formulas and habit trackers. It's been a journey, but just the learning process has been amazing, and I've learned so much. I've been like head deep in research and learning about Notion, habit trackers, formulas within databases. This is the resource page. No, this is the brain dump page, but previously I showed the resource page, which I'm going to re-show you at the end, because I have actually customized it in a way where it's got some really functional elements in there that you can use. So I'm going to talk about that more at the end. I'm really excited for that, because I really incorporated resources that are like that you'll be able to use, and like will be a helpful page to visit as well. All right, we've got our trusty button here, notebook template. So here I'm just going to link. Is that what I'm doing? Yes, I'm linking to view. Yep, copy link to view into the little subject notebook template that I've made. And then I'm going to go ahead, because I want to make sure that it's linked to that exact one. So I'm going to go ahead here and paste that, drag that into the area, but make sure that you've got new action clicked, and there we go. I'm going to drag that into the box, and there we have that ready to go, done. And now I'm going to test that. You tested that, it's working beautifully. And now I'm going to duplicate it 5 times, because I have 5 subjects. So I want 1 for each subject, and I'm going to then drag those into each notebook page. And then we're gonna have that, and once we press that, that's going to automate our notebook layout, which is amazing. It's one of my favorite features in Notion so far. Just that automation that buttons have. Yeah, it's one of my favorite things so far. So I'm going ahead and pasting them into each notebook page for each subject that I have. I feel like my subjects are coming along nicely. I'm learning so much. I haven't done a lot in architecture and interior design, so I'll see how I go with that subject. Right now I've been focusing on the others more, like video making, learning Notion, design and illustration, and the life subject. So I might have something coming up later on in regard to the life subject, which I'm really excited about, some coziness, aesthetics, and things like that. Here we've got our button working. I'm filtering each page to show just that particular subject. So it's not too busy, and you don't have to go looking through each subject within the database. It's just there, filtered and ready to go for you. Here we've got our calendar view of our tasks. See, now it's all coming together. It's all interconnected. And this is what I love about Notion, like the interconnectedness of databases, automating buttons. Like, I'm so in awe, and like I'm so in love with how customizable Notion is, especially these past few days, learning about formulas, learning more about relations within databases, and habit tracking, and tracking other things too, like reading and books and things like that. Here I'm working on my footer, because I wanted the page not just to end with white space, but to kind of like scatter, phase out. So I had a little bit of sprinkling gravel at the end, and I was just trying to see what works, just so that it doesn't end with like a bar or just a divider there. I just wanted it all to like come together, for all the pieces to come together like a puzzle. And honestly, I enjoyed decorating this page so much, this home page, and linking everything and just setting it up, and just even brainstorming for the design prior, because prior to this I was brainstorming like what I wanted this Autumn 4 page to look like. in my head, and I designed the illustrations based on that. Like I wanted it to look like a cozy room, like a cozy home, hut, cabin sort of look with like images and nostalgia. I wanted it to be nostalgic too and warm. And surprise, here we have our resources page. I've got a widget box link there for you in widgets, and I've got some aesthetic symbols ready for you there that you could add on to as well. And then we've got our types of databases. So we've got book tracking, a book tracker, a standard habit tracker, and a habit tracker that shows a symbol progress bars with hearts. So the book tracker, okay, I'm so excited because you can actually track what page you're on and how many pages the book is out of. And then when you change the pages, like say you're on page 50 and the book is out of 100 pages, it will tell you that you're halfway there. So based on the number of pages, so each time you progress, the bar will progress for you too. And then our standard habit tracker has got, you've got reading, writing, and the rest of your habits, which you can customize on your own as well. With a book tracker, you can change the books to your liking and duplicate them and paste them on another page. You can change the colors of the bars, and here I've got my simple progress bar. I'm so excited about this one. Here I'm showing you in the formula you can actually switch out the symbol that you would like. So if you don't want the heart shape, you can change it to like a star or something like that. And then you can also see how it's working right there. Beautiful. I'm so excited to use this, honestly. You can change the color as well in the code of the formula, and you can add like a template within the database, which then you can like each day you can populate or a new day with a new progress bar, and start from there. So that's a beautiful way to display data as well. I'm so excited to start using these trackers, these databases, and customize the formulas a little bit too. So I've got some standard or starter database types of databases for you to use there, and I hope you enjoy it. If you'd like to try the template, you can do so as well. I will link that below inside the comments. And here I've got a little bit of information down the bottom for you as well. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this template. It's so cozy, autumn, it gives that nostalgic feel, and yeah, I'm so happy. I hope you love it as well, and I hope you enjoy it. If you try it, let me know how you go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully.